Hare Krishna. How to deal with negative emotions. We have negative emotions such as shame, anger, depression, embarrassment, feeling impotent, feeling powerless. These emotions, we normally tag them as being negative, as being bad, but we don't stop and think why we do that. And the reason why is actually physiological. When you feel shame, when you feel embarrassment, a physiological reaction takes place in your body, which is actually quite uncomfortable. Something like, your stomach tightening, your heart rate increasing, certain chemicals are released in your body, and it's not a pleasant experience. But we don't stop to separate the emotion, which is just a thought, it's not a real thing, from the physiological reaction, which is more concrete and you actually feel it literally in your gut. So the first thing we have to do is to start separating the two. So there's a psychologist and researcher, Joan Rosenberger, and she's come up with this great technique, and she uses this a lot, so it really works. She's tested it out. And she says, look, separate the two things. Separate the thought, the emotion from the physiological reaction. Don't be afraid of the whole package. When you start feeling a negative emotion, she explains, first step, stay with it. Mindfulness, which is the same thing I explain in the section of inner peace in the book, The 3T Path. Stay with it. You have to have this mindfulness, this practice of self-observation, of being fully present in your emotional movements, in your emotional life. Be there completely. You're feeling shame, you're feeling anger, you're feeling impotent. Be there completely present. Don't run away from it. Don't try to fight back. Just, okay, this is happening right now. I'm experiencing this mood. And then she says, wait out 90 seconds. He says, what do you mean 90 seconds? Yeah, it takes about 90 seconds for the physiological chemical reaction to go through your body. That's it. Just write it out. Surf the emotion. Be there, present. Okay, this is happening. I'm feeling this. It's weird. It's not so comfortable. It's a bit unpleasant. But just write it out. 90 seconds, 2 minutes. It's not so long. If you already have devotion, if you already activated your spiritual connection, you can use that moment just to be in connection with God, chant some mantras, just write it out. And then it's gone. And what you're left with can be actually quite positive. You have to take that negative energy and make it positive. And that's the trick with anything in life. Take the negative experience and learn from it and become a better person from it. I mean, you've heard this, you might have had it yourself, but you know how many people talk about taking negative experiences and those experiences became the proportion to like a much greater, much better thing in their life. You know that famous self-help guru, Tony Robbins, for example. So he's hugely successful these days, right? He's got this amazing life. He's very happy with his life. But he always explains, yeah, the reason why I got into self-help is because my mother was an abusive alcoholic, drug addict, whatever. Because my mother was so abusive to me, which is a negative thing. I use that energy to seek out ways to help people and to live a better life. So you take the negative, and it's a heavy negative, it can throw you into a great positive. If it's a little negative, it can give you a little positive. You can use that energy. I explained that in that other video, post-traumatic growth, which is a term they use in psychology. So it's a trauma, but you use that trauma to grow from it. So anything that's negative, somebody embarrassed you, you're feeling impotent, you're feeling angry and depressed. Okay, what's making you feel that? Take that, learn from it, and grow and become a better person. So then the negative emotion no longer has to be like a boogeyman, something you're scared of, a little monster in your life. You can just be present, write it out, and grow from it. And no longer it has to be a problem in your life. It's a simple technique, scientifically proven. You can try it out. It really works. I've tried it myself, and then Joan Rosenberg really got that down. It was really a really good idea she had, and it really works. Try it out. Hare Krishna.